NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. And it comes your way next.
Mere fees from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at... Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. Ty Chandler to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
To the air, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 37 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. They send a receiver in motion right. They go play action on first. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up. Throwing it again here. Finds him over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Motion man sent left. Throwing now off play action. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Putting a receiver in motion. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Smith able to put it through. And the opening drive game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
On the return, here's Ray McCloud. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr. Penix gonna throw straight away.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them first down. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Jonathan Bullard with the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Penix. Pass is cocked. That's Darnell Mooney. And they take him down right along the 30.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd down give to Robinson. And he gets this forward to the 19. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Another carry for Robinson. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our... Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. Penix here from the gun. Is in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Younghoe Koo on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. It's Brandon Powell with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Minnesota all set to go for its 2nd drive. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. 35 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Darnold. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Juke the defender. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to him. Breaks through, and he might break away. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take a second quarter lead. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle, well, can mean a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings push their lead to 3. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. McLeod now returning it. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Play action. Here's Penix. That's brought in by Mooney. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
He's on the move. He's keeping it. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a second quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. That's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Powell now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They motion a receiver left. Going to the ground again on first. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. It's the Vikings looking at 2nd and 1. Darnold now to throw. Pass is caught by Addison. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Throwing here, Darnold. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. Vikings out of the hurry-up, need everyone back to the line. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Complete over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. He'll throw it yet again. Hawkinson reels it in. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 2nd and 3 now. Here's Darnold to throw. Oh, he lost the football. And the Falcons scoop it up. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Look, you know I'm always trying to be positive, partner. You take away the ending, it was a great drive. Everything they were hoping for, but all that work and effort, it's gone.
And all that people are going to remember is that ending, Kate. That's all that unfortunately matters for this offense.
There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. Penix on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
They go play action. Here's Penix. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
3rd down, it's Penix. Flush down out to his left. Now we'll try a deep shot down the left side. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Fields this clean at the 30. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. Back to throw it. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it inside the 10. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
So at the end of 2, the Vikings playing Road Warriors here. They've got the lead. Now we'll get you down to dealing with some time constraints, it seems. We'll bypass halftime and get right back to the action. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Avery Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons offense now with the football first to begin quarter number 3. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First and 10, around to Robinson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They gain 14 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right, they love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for first and 10.
Staying with Robinson. He's across the 20, still going. All the way, and that's an Atlanta touchdown! The Falcons take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Chandler now on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. Well, Brock, it only took him one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. To throw, here's Darnold. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. Here's Darnold. Able to find Hawkinson. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third down, here's Jones. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Slot receiver headed left. First and 10, here's Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Has his man, it's Addison. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings grab the lead on their first series of the half. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Here's Reichard, set to kick this away. McLeod now, returning it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Robinson up the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Robinson on the inside give. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. It's a gain of 4 there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Going right side, Robinson with it. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Penix working from the gun. He'll get this complete to Pitts. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Here's a give to Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Falcon. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bijan. And he makes it to the start of the red zone down at the 20. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now the give for Bijan. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's another Falcons.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Robinson. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Falcons take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Extra point by Q is up and good. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Powell now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vikings and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. And this is some quality. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running right, this is Jones. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Now Darnold. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And it's going to be 2nd down. Jones trying the left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
From the 41. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one and brings up 3rd down. He's back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Vikings losing by 4. Ball at the 33 for first down. Darnold looking to throw. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They kick the running back in motion. He'll look to throw it. On the move, headed right. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. 2nd and goal back to all the way up to the 14 here. Here he is to throw. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. So now here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. That's Justin Simmons. He's off to the races. Into the red zone. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? And they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme was give me 6.
Coup on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Powell now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vikings now set to take the field. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Getting right back to it after that interception. Pass is caught by Addison. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. Darnold. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock. So we have a pause here. Inside 2 minutes, all reviews come from the booth. And they want to take one more look. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So the officials looked at it twice. The replay officials in New York agreed, and the call on the field's going to stand. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They are throwing it again. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Here he is to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. One final shot here. He connects downfield on 4th. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the Falcons earn the win in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.